Welcome back to another Team Drop Thursday. Joshy, my dear, gorgeous hunk of a human, how are ya?
Well, I was good until about 10 seconds ago when you dropped some team news that we're about to live react to in a second. Other than that, pretty good though. How about yourself?
Oh, fantastic, mate, fantastic. Just putting it straight off the bat, I asked you a question earlier if I should be looping Sheasel or McKercher. You said Sheasel. I agree with you. That's the way we're going to go, and I'm not going to take accountability if that ends tits up. Oh, something's juicy. Do we really need to go through the first game here? Because we know what's going on here, mate.
Yeah, and I know we're meant to live react, but I just got a notification saying Liddy's dropped. So there goes my midfield cover. How the hell is Liddy? What?
How did you get dropped? You were
I
so
don't
good.
know. I genuinely don't know. Like all jokes aside, I don't know how Liddy got dropped. That's outrageous.
What'd you do to Ken, mate? Come on, spill the beans.
I went out with his daughter, but let's not go there right now.
I don't think
We're
we're allowed
moving
to
off
say
this
that.
game. Everyone's seen this game for 24 hours now, so we're going to go to the next game because I am filthy. I'm pretty sure you are too because you own TDK.
Oh no!
And who's
What's
out?
happened?
Who's out, Scobie boy? Who's out? I mean, who's in?
Out.
Who's in?
In. Jeez, you scared me then. That was a little bit naughty by you. Sorry, it's just frozen. I don't know why. But we'll go to the next one. Yeah, that's enough there. Actually, I want to see where McKercher's name. Half forward. I don't believe that for a second. In. Oh my god. Wow. That's fantastic. That's actually really good. I can loop now in AFL Fantasy. That's fantastic. Go me. I'm a superstar. This is going to be game of the round because unfortunately it doesn't matter where the two teams are on the ladder. It's always a cracker. And if not, that will be fantastic because that would mean that Collingwood absolutely pump Carlton. In Pitnet, that has huge TDK ramifications, does it not?
Yep. That pisses me off so much.
They've gone tall. They've gone really tall. Harry O'Farrell is in. Francis Evans in. Matty Carroll in. Lockie Cowan in. And Ashton Moyer is in. I called this today. I was very happy to see that, I guess, what I thought would happen come to fruition. I really like this. Unfortunately, we only have one omission, which is out of 4. That's a little bit stiff. You got Ed Allen, who's been fantastic on a wing side bottom. He's revived his career basically, even though it's in the later ends of it. And Charlie West, oh my God, Marvel. We don't want to talk about injuries, but travelling from the MCG to Marvel is an absolute farce. That's terrible. We've already copped 2 or 3 injuries there. I know half your list is injured from Marvel, but it doesn't really matter. That's terrible. That's terrible. I don't like that. 5 to 6 weeks for Charlie West. But debut, Rowan Steele. If anyone has trades left, I would highly advise not going there at all. And I think Will Parker is actually on the bubble.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I don't think he is.
No? Could be wrong. Not too sure on that one. Back
unless he is at an extremely elevated price because he played last year, didn't he?
Well, I honestly think you can pretty much lock it in now. It's either going to be Parker or Markov sub. And for them, who are we thinking? Probably Evans?
Yeah, I think so. And I cannot believe that Evans is back in, to be honest. That's outrageous. I
agree.
How that guy is now at his 3rd club, just keeps getting opportunities, keeps getting drops, getting back in. I will never understand it. I think he's been in pretty good VFL form, but I think he's had that many chances that he shouldn't be in the team again. I think Flynn Young's going to be... Yeah, he was. He was at Geelong initially, and then he went to Port, and then he went to Carlton. I'm pretty sure when he left Geelong for Port, he was delisted. I'm pretty sure when he left Port for Carlton, he was delisted. So I think he's been delisted twice, but I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, right. Well, that's interesting. So I'm just trying to set up my team because a couple of weeks ago, I got left stranded, and it was a disaster. But you reckon Luke Sheasel, so I'm all on board with that. You know, I don't take accountability for absolutely anything.
Well, we're going to quickly ask the chat because I reckon people can just put it in quickly. What should Scobes do? Should he loop tonight, McKercher or Sheasel? Who do you guys have more faith in? I said he should loop Sheasel just because of that shoulder injury, non-contact hat in the week, and McKercher's role's a lot better. So yeah, we'll see what comes from that when we get to the questions later. You might have a majority decision for you.
I'm also looping here again because the inclusion of Titch, like, let's be honest here, there is no way. Tom Mitchell cannot play anywhere else but midfield. I reckon that directly impacts probably actually Bailey Smith's the recruit of the year, but Ned Long's probably top 5, I'm going to say. But those CBAs will be, like, they're going to be impacted. So Neddy Long is being looped for me as well with Chadwick Warner. Let's move on because looking.
No, before we move on, the reason I just went was because I just saw Cher at halfback, and that doesn't work.
They're not going to persist with that, are they? I mean,
well, they've done it before multiple times, including this season and last season. So I feel like they could. But the reason why I think they could is because Silvani's injured, Wilson omitted, Boyd omitted, Sard injured, Chincotta out, Young out. I feel like there is a chance that Chera plays halfback, which is just, it's not the halfback flank role you want as well. It's the more, third tall accountable role, and it really doesn't suit him. He's not good at it at all.
No. I might look like a bit of an absolute clown saying this, but Vossi pulled out the only card he's got left to literally play on field, and that was to go with youth. But honestly, if he's trying to save his coaching career by turning to youth, and you're bringing in Francis Evans, Ashton Moyer, Lockie Cowan, Matt Carroll, and Harry O'Farrell, your card is stamped. Simple as that.
I don't think they're going to sack him this season. I think they're going to have to wait until the end of the season. Just because I think apparently his contract is so airlock tight. Like, since they made those files.
I heard that him and the coaching staff, if he gets sacked, they've got to pay him every single cent. There's no
it's a lot.
Which is, All right, let's move on because I don't think anyone wants to hear me glaze over the Pies and my hate for Carlton. But let's continue. Malachi Champion is in for his debut. Jaden Hunt is omitted. You know one thing that I hate? McWalter's been an absolute muppet with the rookies all year, every single game. And now he's made this bloke the sub. Like, it's confirmed he's sub already, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
You're bottom of the ladder. I hate sub debuts, especially when you've got nothing to play for. It's just, very annoying.
On the other side of the coin, you've got Max Grzuski in, Kieran Briggs in, James Leake, if anyone's holding him from the pre-season. Congratulations.
2 big outs. 2 very big outs.
Lockie Whitfield, Jesse Hogan, and Nicholas Madden. And I apologise for the satanic spawn who's not too happy in the background. You actually make an appearance on the bench, which is fantastic. Bo Allen, Clay Hall, Bailey Williams, and the sub Malachi Champion. That is a sick name. A sick name.
It is a good name.
Do we have any interest in this game at all, except for, like, rejoicing that Whitfield's out?
Yeah, you and I, we're very happy that Whitfield's out. Only for a week, but yeah, I mean, his 144 break even was very achievable against this matchup. So I think we got pretty lucky that he didn't play. But other than that, Nick Madden, I think that actually is a bit relevant. I know one of our good friends, Mr. Kale Boy in our group chat has Nick Madden, and he has him on field in the flex, I believe. I think he's able to field him. So he'll be a little upset with that. But yeah, other than that, it's probably no interest besides the Whitfield and Madden out.
General consensus is you can play Tom McCarthy on field, yes?
Without a doubt. I said to you pre-pod, even I'm looping using Angus Clark as a backup, and that's with Sheasel tonight. I could have done it with Tom McCarthy, but I just trust Tom McCarthy more than Sheasel at the moment. And that's a mixture of things, Sheasel's role, his shoulder, but it's also the factor of what McCarthy's done so far and the role he has. So, yeah, absolutely you can.
Wonderful. Let's move on. There's no more relevance here, is there?
No.
No. All right. We've got your mob versus the Suns. In Ned Moyle, out Jared Wicks. That's pretty big. We've got in Sammy Durham, in Todd Goldstein, in Jordan Ridley, out Harry
Ridge.
injured. Mate, that's clockwork. I can't believe he's extended him for another 6 years like that. That's just dumb. Pure, idiotic. The man with the coolest name in football, Vigo Vicentini's been admitted, and Matt Guelphy is out. Do you have any interest in this?
Have you heard? Do you listen to Footy and Friends with Brett Deledio, Mick Barlow, and Dylan Buckley?
No, I do not.
Oh, Dylan Buckley always butchers names and stuff, and they're reviewing the Essendon game, and obviously Essendon Fremantle. There go Vicentini's debut, and he called it him Sido Vicentini, and he thought he also played for Fremantle.
That's horrible.
Yeah, listening to Barlow and Deledio get into him was pretty funny. But yeah, just to add into this game, it's pretty interesting. Vicentini got dropped. I was all for that, bringing in Goldstein against Witts, but I do wonder if we knew that Moyle was going to come in for Witts and Witts was going to be managed, I wonder if we still made that move, because I feel like it would have been all right to give Vicentini another go against a Moyle rather than a monster in Witts. But other than that, I guess the main relevance is that Clark holds his spot, Johnson holds his spot. So that's massive for people that have them. And really interesting, so irrelevant to Supercoach, but Lockie Blackerson holding his spot. As a Essendon fan, with Ridley coming in, I thought he was so far gone. With Ridley coming back in, I guess Reed's injury really helps his case. But yeah, other than that, no relevance at all.
I've just read some messages. Is the audio all right or no?
I'm seeing a lot of comments about your mic, but yours, it sounds fine to me. The week that your audio was really, really bad and you're getting all those comments, I could hear it, but I can't really hear much besides your little gremlin in the background now.
Right. There we go. My goodness.
I just don't understand how your mic is so bad, though, because I'm literally just using my AirPod mic.
Oh, I've
That's
got no idea.
And I never have any complaints. Mine could be bad as well, though. Who knows?
We might have to dip into the sword play kitty just to get me a decent headset instead of splurging it on game day packs. Because I don't know if you've seen the receipts, mate, but geez, they're not tax refundable. We've got Geelong and Richmond up next. No change for Geelong. In for Richmond is Sam Layla, Thomas Sims, Maurice Rioli. Out. Steely Green, McKelty Lafau, and the biggest dog in the 21st century, Tom Lynch, is Gornsky. I don't know how did he get 5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks in the end.
He should have got 12. Absolutely.
If he KO'd him, he would have been screwed. It would have been so long.
Pathetic by the AFL, honestly. Do you have any interest in this? Like, besides Tom Stewart, is there anything?
Oh, yeah. All I've got is Tom Stewart. The only thing I will say is if you need a backup C, Bailey Smith and Max Holmes in this game are massive, massive options. Yep. Sadly, I don't have Max Holmes. I don't know if you have him, but it is probably for the run home the scariest non-own because his fixture, Geelong's fixture, scary. And he's already in amazing form. I think he's got a 5-round average of over a 125 or something. So, yeah, I don't know about you, but this is my new Whitfield. I am so worried about not owning Max Holmes, and he's unattainable at his price.
No, I completely agree. And for anyone playing along at home that wants to add some value to their multi, Shannon Neal is paying $1.48 for 2 goals, mate.
Oh, wow.
Value. Let's move on. We've got what?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
Oh.
Surely not. Surely not. No. We will not stand for this. It's got to be. Oh, there we go. Right, in for Brisbane, we've got Darcy Gardner, Callum Archie. The man that's just been extended, Bruce Reville, is out, and Will McLaughlin is out. In Lukosius, Ollie Wines out. JG232 _
Seriously,
and
what the fuck? Sorry, but like honestly, how has he been dropped? Like he's been good. He's played
I
three full
know.
games, hasn't been starting sub, hasn't been subbed off. He's 23 years old. They debuted him like a week after picking him up. I don't understand it at all. Like he was getting CBAs. Like
Yeah, no.
I-
No clue, mate.
yeah. I guess once coming in, the CBAs needed to be had, but I mean, Liddy can play half back, he can play wing, he's even played some time half forward. So, yeah, that one pissed me off. Sorry, I just had to butt in there and just go, what the hell is going on there? But
No,
yeah,
I can. Is that better? Does that sound better?
it's more louder.
I have no
Uh,
idea what's going on with it. Like I haven't changed anything since last stream, so what a joke that is.
just
Yeah,
quickly tonight, the subs very irrelevant, but North Melbourne, Robert Hanson Jr. and the
yep.
Bulldogs, Lockie McNeil.
Yeah, that's understandable. Understandable. There was rumours going around that Bailey Dale was going to play wing. I highly doubt that eventuates, but that would absolutely kill my Monty.
It could happen, but that rumor was just a guy on Twitter saying that we've got Sam Davidson out. We need someone to play wing, and that was literally all it was. That the Dogs
Yep.
have an extra defender. So really, I think your Sanders or your Bramble or players like that go to the wing before the guy that's been taking all your kick-ins all year. So I highly doubt it.
I agree. If you got on Hugh Jackson, doing pretty well,
Oh,
I think.
and that's another one. Same as Neil Rasmus, we mentioned it on the Monday pod that everyone would have jumped on Neil Rasmus if he wasn't sub, and the same thing happened for Jackson. I think he also got dropped as well, but my God, he was good last week. I think he turned up, and I think
Yep.
in the first quarter he had like 60 points. I'm not
Yeah.
exaggerating there. I think he
Yeah.
was massive. So yeah, fair play if you got him, and
He's
yeah,
probably
good
going to be
pickup.
the sub, isn't he?
I don't think so after his last week game. I think there's even the potential that Boak is a sub, to be honest.
I don't know how he's still getting a game. Like, honestly, no clue.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say, I think you traded him. You might still have him, but Ken Hinkley said it's definitely a possibility that Lockie Neal gets tagged in this game by Bergman. So,
it's not going to matter. Lockie Neal is an absolute pansy, mate. Absolute genuine pansy. He's not a premium.
yeah.
Like, just all around pathetic, mate. He just goes to water any kind of attention. But the thing is, it won't change because they keep on winning. So why would it change? Like, just let McCluggies go around and, have 40 and kicks 2. Don't worry about it. And, like, it's just dumb. So dumb. Do we have anything else left to say here?
Not really. I think we pretty much covered it all off. Yeah, really nothing more to add. I think the only thing I'll say is that Kitty Coleman's still not back, which is good for Zorko because I don't know if you saw, but during the week Zorko was on the agenda setters with Kane Corns and all that, and he said something about his role being a lot more fluid in the run home with like Coleman coming back and stuff. So hopefully with Coleman coming back, it doesn't become more of a lockdown or more of a high half forward to wing spot because we've loved him as a back mostly. I haven't completely. What are you pulling that face for?
This is completely irrelevant to Supercoach, but anyone that has any knowledge on the EPL or soccer at all, or Portuguese soccer, Diogo Jota, one of Liverpool's very good forwards who came from Wolves, was killed in a car accident with his brother. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Like
I know him. Like I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but I definitely know of Diogo Jota. That's wow.
That's insane.
That's
yeah, right. No, I just wasn't expecting to read that.
that's not good.
Condolences to his family and all that.
That's
But
horrible.
we will move on. I got asked this earlier today. Angus Hasty, is he coming back in by one of our dear friends? Did not want to elaborate, but I just hope that he's in here tonight so he knew that Mr. Hasty is back. I hope to God that he sees it. I just wanted him to stew on it for a little bit. But Saints in Bradley Hill and my dear Kilmore friends, number one player, he's probably going to captain him, honestly, is Angus Hasty. Out is Travalia and Jack Carroll. In for Hawthorn, James Sicily and James Werple. Out Josh Weddle and Sammy Butler, who was a popular rookie, injured. I know you picked him up. How you weren't too happy when you saw that?
I wasn't. I mean, not that I need it at the moment, and I say at the moment because we know how much carnage you can cop in Supercoach, but I thought I was pretty safe with an M9 of Matt Liddy and an F7 of Sam Butler. I did say that before Sam Butler's game last week, but I guess the good thing is he's not admitted. It's that leg soreness. I've still got 3 trades in the bank. So I think when the time comes, and if I do, God forbid, have a forward injury that I can't trade out because I've used all my trades, I think hopefully I'll get Butler back by then. But yeah, pretty pissed off to lose 2 of my bench cover players in the one night.
Yeah, well, I know how confident you were. You did have an ongoing argument with one of our friends about how you traded Gorn and you got some bench cover, and
Which
yeah.
I still, to this day, say. So he brings
Elaborate.
in that all I did. So my trade that I did, I traded Gorn, I traded Matt Carroll, I traded Luke Pedler to Bonton Pally, Sam Darcy, and I also who else did I get in? I got in Sam Butler, and so because I traded Pedler to Butler, he's saying that
Mhm.
I wasted a trade on that, but I still think it's a win where Bontempelli went 177, Darcy went 144, and Butler's been pretty good. Like on the buy, I think I got a decent score, I think, during the buys. But yeah, I think it was still good, turning Gorn into 2 primos. But yeah, I'm scared of what Gorn's going to do to me for the rest of the season. I'll put it that way.
I just love your reactions because you think like, whoa, when you've had enough, my goodness, it is fantastic. But surely we can move on from this, can't we?
Yeah, 100%.
Wonderful. Sydney and Freo in. Peter Laddams, Joel Hamling, Riley Bice, Tommy McCartan, Joel Amati with the best 6 behind game you will ever see recently. Out, Dane Rampy, Aaron Francis. In, Alex Pearce, Jaeger O'Meara, James Aish, Jeremy Sharp. Out, Nat Fife. You hate seeing injured under his name, but I mean, I
Can
think
we
he's just
can
about
we
done.
just touch on that for a second?
All right,
How
how do
do
you?
you
Oh,
do your hammy in a halftime warm up?
it was calf, wasn't it? Calf awareness.
Calf, yeah, sorry, but yeah,
Right.
that's just outrageous.
Any like Buller might be the sub, probably Florence as well is a good chance. Even Bice. Surely no one's holding Bice.
Oh, if Bias isn't gone from any team that still plays, I'd love to ask him what are you doing? He should
Yeah,
have been
no,
gone a long time ago.
fair call. And for those who have Erasmus, I mean, he's a whole low break even, been playing really well. Really well. Moving on, Adelaide and Melbourne. In Chris Burgess, isn't that a throwback? Hugh Bond, Zach Taylor. There's no outs because obviously this is going to be the game of the round on Sunday, mate. In Jakey Lever, JVR, Jack Billings, your love child, actually. Tommy McDonald, Jed Adams, out Blake Howes, Harrison Petty. Jed Adams is getting a debut, but I dare say he's going to be on the bench and probably extended bench, therefore not making it, and there he is. Do you have any care in this game at all except hiding behind the couch due to not owning Gorn?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to be thinking about this whole game. We can try and guess the subs, but I think our track record's pretty bad when it comes to the extended bench.
I reckon we've been
Yeah,
pretty good, to be fair.
we've been okay, but yeah, I mean, let's move on. There's no point really going too
Well,
much onto this game, except for Rankin being named in the midfield, which I love.
oh, I can't wait to see your tweet about how good he is at halftime and then how ropeable you are.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be wonderful. Are you a little bit sad that James Harms is out?
Not at all.
Didn't think so. All right, let's go to. Oh my goodness. We will get to that very shortly, but just straight away, Jack Butcher, Jackie B, thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much.
What's he done? I'm in the cash league with that man.
Oh, well, he's probably flogging you, so that's why he can afford to do something like that. But we'll get to it before all this. He's such a great bloke. Geez, there's a lot more comments than I thought there was going to be. Probably all about the audio. Connor Pender says, hey, boys, have 3 trades remaining and teams going pretty well. Would you use a trade to upgrade Chera? If so, I was thinking potentially Rosie. Oh, that's so tempting.
I've got 3 trades remaining as well. We're going to remember there's 8 rounds left. I'm holding them on to dear life. I don't know if
You
you're
said
playing
that when
for
you had
rank.
5 trades, though.
Yeah, I did. But 3, definitely, I'm not going to touch them. I haven't even thought about trading all week. And it is very dependent on if you're playing for league or rank. I'm playing for league, so I really need those 3 trades as insurance. But if you're trying to be aggressive for rank, then obviously Rosie's so much better than Jera at the moment. But yeah, so I think it's very dependent what you're playing for. But I wouldn't do it with 8 rounds left. Not with what we copped.
I wouldn't do that, nah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hawksy, fellas in here, but might miss the start. We love you, mate. You are here every single week. Roddy Todd, shout out to you, mate.
He's here every week too. So is Jordan.
Yeah. I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you, Joshy?
Never been better.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, superstars, mate. Check the background as well. Look at that face. How good. How good. Roddy Todd wants to know, VC Bont, Jerry, or Darcy? It's Bont.
Yeah, I was Sherry all week, but when I saw Luke Parker, Wardlaw out, I was like, Bont and Pally for sure.
Mm-hmm. Andy R says, G'day legends, ask DR this, but want your opinion also. Do I trade Oliver to Dunkley this week or hold? Hope he gets 90 and do Oliver to Sinclair next week if Sinclair goes around 100. You go Sinclair, in my opinion.
Yeah, Sinclair 100%. He's a top liner in that back line.
Wonderful. Marty, shout out to you, mate. Yes, we know Josh is being dropped. He's ropeable. Matty Sav, yes, we are good. Thoughts on going Gray to May and then Roberts to Naz. That's 3 trades left and just McCarthy at flex. Cool. I'd do that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I did last week. I got rid of Roberts for Anderson and down to 3 trades. I'd do that, definitely.
Perfect. Shout out to Cheese. He's off the Raspberry Red Bulls. He's actually joined us tonight. Amazing audio. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Genuinely no clue. Same settings as last time. As I said, we will dip into the Supercoach swordplay kitty over the off season. We need something decent to record BBL, don't we, Joshy?
We do. It's just going to be us, I think, as well. I don't think any of the swordplay boys play it, except DR dabbles a little bit, but mostly us. And I know you're excited about the fixture releasing today. I think it's a little bit too early. July, I don't really care right now, but I definitely will care soon.
Actually, shout out to Spills as well, though. He sends me 1 message a year, absolutely pinpoint on time. It's always, hey, mate, what do you think of my BBL team? I give him the feedback. He then responds with, no worries, thanks. I will message you next year. That's our relationship. Can't get enough of him. Ambit of Joel, we hope you are. I'm not going to read that out. But Cheese says, must have cut costs. Yes, we have, mate. All the money currently is into the game day squad. So, yeah, use the code on sign up. There's a few rounds left. Come on, make us some coin. Brandon the Don Unaka says, draft captain Ed Richards, Butter, Sarong, or Hewitt. Thanks, legends. You're going Ed Richards, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I'm actually a bit sad because all my messages from my mates are just about Jota, so I was a bit, off of the fairies then. Yeah. In terms of this, I'd definitely go with Richards. I think against North Melbourne.
Lizzie King, you're VCing Bond, 100%.
Easy. I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Jackie B says, "G'day gents, how we going? The 23rd is McCarthy. Shall I keep this week to get more cash or upgrade him, Clay Hall, or get a proper 23rd? Would have just under 500k for a player. Thoughts? Hold.
I agree.
Hold. Zach says McKercher will be down for the Will be down back for the Roos heaps tonight. We'll get plenty of touches. That's my thinking as well. Roddy Todd says, need to raise some money for a proper microscope. Absolutely, 100%.
I don't understand how yours is so bad when I'm literally just using my AirPods.
If I knew it wouldn't happen, I can't tell you, mate. Like and subscribe, 60 plus in the chat. Exactly. Listen to Roddy Todd.
Good
Absolutely. One. His team's going to have a massive win tonight, and he's just spitting straight facts. Simple
and to be honest, 60 live viewers at this point of the season, I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you, everyone.
Absolutely.
Good one.
I mean, they just want to see a multiple variation of AFL footballers in the form of your appearance. Simple as that.
Moving on.
Now, moving on. All right. Dalek, what's his name from? You explained it to me one night. And then
it's from Doctor Who. It's actually a great show if you give it a go. So, yeah.
I don't speak Spanish, so we'll move on. Hi, guys. Hope you're doing great. Two things. I have 4 trades left. Hold straight away. No, it's not worth burning them. And you're going Bont. Bont into probably Bailey Smith, I reckon.
Yeah, agree.
Kepsi Max says, I understand it's paying up, but with 5 trades, is Sheasel to Holmes okay? I have 23 primos. Though that includes TDK and Colby. Well, one's not playing. Colby will outscore TDK because of Pitnet. Yes, I'd do that. Yeah.
I'd still do it. Even if it's getting managed, I'd still do it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a given. I mean, depends who you got on the bench to cover him as well. Yeah, it's Bont into Baz or Holmes. Simple as that, I think. And it's got to be Holmes, doesn't it? If you own Baz and Holmes.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Bont into Holmes. I would love to have Holmes, but I'm obviously Bont into the Bazalenka.
Lovely. Nathan Mike is cooked. Yes. Again, no idea what's going on with that. An actual shout out to this bloke, literally the only guy I know that's come top 10 in BBL and AFL Supercoach. So, yeah, he'll never hear me say that again because, my God, his head's as big as...
yes.
Giant, but decent bloke sometimes, I guess, on days that end in Y. Hawksy, oh my God, James Leake is in. Yes, the day has arrived for this. Jackie B says, running Bont into Baz, tempted to throw the C on Marshall, has gone big last time against Meek. Even really love Ash as a pod VC, but Bont has to go big again. Went massive shit, so he's due. I agree. Yep, I agree, mate. The Don says VC Darcy or Sherry. I'd be going Sherry.
I would be too.
Kepsi says thoughts on Witts to Gordon. Was going to trade Witts to Gordon in a couple of weeks anyway, and with TDK and Flex it allows, this means I would have to find another way to Gordon from another sideways. I'd do it this week. I really would.
I would too, but also I think I'd rather Witts for the run home if Peanut's going to stay in because TDK is doing my head in. Do you cop? It depends if he's playing for rank or league. Because if you're playing for league, do you cop the 1 week of Witts being rested to then have him a solo ruck for the rest of the year? Or do you just bite the bullet now and then just run with TDK? Because TDK, I think he's a worry with Peanut in. I really do.
I agree. Just touching on what you said, rank or league, I think that's the biggest myth ever when people say, oh, I'm playing for league. Well, that's great. But generally...
Are you serious? How's it a myth? I've got $250 invested in league, mate.
Manny, calm down. Let me finish. If you are ranking well overall, 9 times out of 10, you will do well in league. Yes?
It's true, but it's very subjective because you can cop one bad week in league and you only drop one game. Like, so
Mm.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're playing for rank and you've got wits just sitting on your bench, you need to get them out this week to be able to maximize on the points of what you can get. Whereas in league, you can just cop wits out for this week if you're doing well on the ladder, and then next week you trade TDK, and then you got wits back. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a little bit different in terms of that. There's different situations with league and rank as his little gremlin walks in.
I literally just said that I would trade Wits to Golden.
I wouldn't if you're playing for league, and as I said, if you're playing for overall, you do.
No one
It,
infuriates me more than you. Dead
you don't
serious.
understand it though. Like there
No.
is a genuine. It's not a myth. It is a genuine thing. Like you can cop just one loss in league if you're doing well.
But you'd be doing well in rank, wouldn't you?
Oh my god.
Let's move on.
I'm saying, we'll move on.
Okay, we'll abuse each other later. Gonna go Butters into Holmes, I think. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't like Butters. I don't like Butters VC though.
Why?
I think there's just so many VC options that you can go. But by the way, it doesn't even work because Holmes plays before Butters. But in terms of the options that you can go before Butters, you can go Sherry, you can go Bontempelli, you can go Darcy with Chincotta out, which changes my thinking big time on Dacos. You can go Tom Green, you can go Noah Anderson against Essendon. So I don't like Butters this round. I think against Brisbane, Butters is just a no go. Like he could score well, but not a
They're not
captaincy
going to
option.
tag. I don't
He's
think
not a
they'll tag.
captaincy option though. Not with some of the matchups that we got this week.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I can understand. I can't believe I'm agreeing with you. Tristy C says, should I look at upgrading Matt Roberts? We'll have 551.8k to spend with a straight trade, or upgrading Elijah Hewitt to Rankin to fill F6. Currently, M Horner's last upgrade will leave 4 trades. I don't think Rankin's shown enough to go straight to him.
He definitely hasn't. I don't think he's tons. I'm gonna have a quick look at this because it's been a while now. Rankin hasn't tons for 3, 4, 5. Oh God. Rankin hasn't tonned for 7 weeks now, and there is a few 90s in this guy. This guy.
Sorry, I'm getting a ball thrown at me. I don't know.
What I was going to say is Rankin hasn't tonned for 7 weeks now, and there is a lot of 90s in there, but
he scored a 99 last week.
And he was 60 at half time. And do you know who he played last week?
Richmond.
Exactly. You're hoping for a lot better than 99. Are you not? Especially when you're at 68 at half time. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't tonned for 7 weeks. Yes, he scored 99. He's 1 point off it, but I feel like I'd rather upgrade Matt Roberts because that wing role, I genuinely think he averages 75 to 80 for the rest of the season in that wing role. And 551k, I think you can get some decent guys at that price point. So I would be doing that. And yeah, I'd be riding with Elijah Hewitt.
I mean, he was pretty much unsighted last week when the Eagles played well. So I don't know how much you read into that. Matty Sav, is it better to trade out a Hawley this week as a dead rookie instead of Gray? Yes, I think it is. Oh, right. Josh has ditched me. That's great. Marty, please.
No.
Oh, he's back.
I have to let the dog in.
Oh, wonderful. McKinley is emergency 2. Yes. Carl Meany says, g'day, fellas. With Sheasel, Shoulder, and Chera apparently non-contact training, would you get rid of one? Both will shed value, but that doesn't matter if you hold. If so, who would you cull first? It's Sheasel for me, mate.
Yeah, I agree. Sheasel, this actually got asked to us on Twitter. Oh, it got asked to DR. He tagged us both in it on Twitter. I think we both went Sheasel in that question, just because of that shoulder, as Carl mentions. And yeah, I also really don't like that role. So
Agreed.
I'd trade Chisel.
Jackie B has
Wowee.
donated. Thank you
Jackie
so
boy.
much, mate. This is probably your money, Joshy, that he's taken off you in the past. Hey, legends, I really look forward to this every week when I'm over the other side of the world and can't talk AFL with anyone here. So here's some appreciation. Joshy, when I'm back in Oz, we are having many beers. That's great. That's fantastic.
Well,
So
I
much.
would love that because I've been in a cash league with him for I reckon 4 or 5 years now, maybe even 6. I can never remember what country he is, but he's either living in Norway or Poland. So think about how hard it would be to play Supercoach in, I think it's Norway. Playing Supercoach over there. He's done well. Last year, I think we were both first and second heading into finals. And again this year, I'm third, he's first. So he's a bloody good Supercoach at Jack. But yeah, $20 donation, that's unreal.
What's
I
his
assume
rank?
that would. Oh, I'll have a quick look at the moment. But while I'm looking, I'd assume this money is going to the bat for Jack. If you want to, just
Yes.
mention what
So
that will be.
I'm not too sure if everyone knows. Maybe not. But DR, just because he's like, I can't speak highly enough of him. Just an absolute superstar. He's raising money for a gun cricketer to get a decent bat, some nice cashmere willow, something along those lines. Maybe an MRF, no clue. But superstar cricketer needs a new stick. Basically, if you've got a dodgy bat, you're not going to find the middle. So, out of the goodness of his heart, every donation is going for Jack's bat, and I have no doubt that this will go towards that as well. So, thank you, Jackie B. What's
And
his rank?
you asked about his rank. He's at 1860. So
Or 1.8k.
Yeah, 1.8k at the moment.
So, where are you in rank?
I'm 2,284. So
you're telling me if you do well in leagues, you do well in overall? Oh my!
it depends, but anyway, I just want to share with you.
It depends, bro.
Every single year, the winner gets to choose the name of the cash league, and this year it's called the Rachel Gunn Cup after the good old Ray Gun. And the good addition this year in Supercoach is that you can actually you can make
That's horrible.
the league photo. But yeah, you can see Jackie Boy at the top. Gaynor Farano is his name. He's first, and I'm Pepsi Max FC. So yes,
that's horrible.
thank you, Jackie Boy.
Thank you once again, Jackie B. Taken says thoughts on Tom Stewart.
We love him, don't we?
Yes, we jumped on at what, like sub 430k, and he's been absolutely phenomenal since then.
I've got it right here because I saw that question. Scobie Boy and I, one of the only good decisions we've made all year, but we got him 423k, and since then he's gone 103, 111, 109, 118. So yeah, he's back.
VC Bont or Jerry? It's Bont. Bont.
Yeah, I
agree. Do you give Dakes a look with the VC?
Well, as I mentioned before, I was not thinking about him all week because of Chincotta, but now Chincotta's out, I'm not going to go VC, but there's a big chance I go with him as a C against Carlton with Chincotta out now. I don't know about you, but that's a massive factor.
Jesus Christ, I'm his biggest fan, and I don't feel that confident. Check his recent history against Carlton.
Yeah, with Chincotta.
No, I don't know. Just feels like a Pies, 130-point win, Dakes, cruisy 110, don't you?
I don't know. I feel like 2024 scores, I think he went 2 sub-hundreds last year. I think they're high 90s, though, but I think they were both against Chincotta. So I just think that changes the landscape so much. But yeah, I mean, if the biggest biased Pies fan in the Southern Hemisphere is saying don't go for Nick Dacos, then I might get a bit concerned there.
Yeah, I think we won't. If you VC Bont tonight, you'll have no issues. When's the game start, actually? It's 7:20, isn't it?
7:20. So I reckon we wrap this up in 5 minutes to 7:10
right,
because I got to get some things sorted.
Yes, Hawksy, we know that they dropped Joshy and they're going with a 2-ruck setup plus Lukosius. He'll just play deep forward, I think. Trade Carroll or Clark, Joshy?
I'd trade Carroll. I think Clark's going to be pretty good from now on with Some defenders coming in. I think Clark is his wing spot back with Lowell out. When we're full strength, but I think he's pretty good.
Wonderful. Embit of Joel says, love you, Scooble. Thanks for Hasty coming back in. No worries, mate. I got Rossi, the boss, on speed dial. Don't you worry about that.
Oh,
Hawksy just said, Butters into Holmes. I thought Paul played Friday. No.
yeah.
Other
That's
way
what
around.
confused me. But even straight C, if for whatever reason Holmes fails, I would not be putting the C on him against Brisbane.
Dalek says, this is how I find out about Jota. That's insane. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. No, TDK isn't out. It's Pittanet that's come in and basically made him a terrible Supercoach selection. Matty Sav, yes, agreed. G-Bag, shout out to you, mate. You're always here. Thoughts on whether I should VC Green or Jerry at Tom Green? 100%.
If it's out of them two, I'm going Sherry. I do really like Green, but if you have Bont, go Bont. But yeah, Sherry out of them two.
Who scores more, Hasty or Clark? Can't even loop. Whitfield plays early.
I think Clark does. I think Hasey's still a very big chance to be sub. I don't know about you, but yeah, or even subbed off. Like we're gonna remember his debut where he had like 12 touches in the first quarter and a bit, and he got subbed off.
Yeah, that was stiff. That was just pure Rossifos.
Yeah.
Shani B says Undertaker emoji for leaks. Spot on. Another leak comment. Jeez, there's a lot of faithful in here. The Don says Green, Butters, Brayshaw, Dacos, Jerry, Gorn, Sam Darcy, Bailey Smith. Who would you boys go VC and C?
Bont. Oh, he has a Bont.
Nah, there's no Bont there, mate.
I'll go Sherry into Baz.
Nah, I'm going Tommy Green into Baz.
Mm.
Tommy Green's going to have 60 and an efficiency of about 27. Alex, yes, we've touched on that. That's just unfortunate. Jackie B says, I'm the same as you, Joshy. I'm down to 3 trades also and only playing for leagues for now. Oh, don't give me that. That's rubbish, Jackie B. Come on, mate. You do well in leagues. You do well overall. We've clarified that myth. What does this mean? Joshy, which doctor was your favourite in Doctor Who?
All right, Scobble. You don't know, but many in Doctor Who, the Doctor is always different. He can change his face. He regenerates. So they're played by different actors. My favorite, Matt Smith, and we'll move on because I don't think anyone else in here likes Doctor Who. But Matt Smith.
Whatever. Lizard King, I'm on C Holmes, but a little bit worried about his ankle from the other week. If we're flying, he might get subbed or take the foot off the gas. I don't subscribe to those theories,
Ankle.
mate.
I don't follow Geelong much besides like the guys.
Remember how he was injured in like the last 2 minutes?
I reckon he'll be all right.
So do I. Alex Lembiriadis. Jeez, I butchered that. Out of these options, who's best to VC and C? Bont, Dacos, Green, Smith, no Cotter for Dacos, and does Bont get tagged? Mate, North could play with like the entirety of the North list from the last 5 years, and Bont still wouldn't get tagged, mate. No chance. Like Bont into Green.
Well, I mean, it is a fair comment. They've brought Will Phillips in, who has tagged in the past, but I think Will Phillips is going to be a little bit too small for Bontempelli. So if you have an Ed Richards, there could be a little concern there.
Yeah. Oh, no. I don't have any concern there. I have Butler out injured. Is it worth trading out of Butler or holding on to him? He's my F6 right now and only have three trades with 60k in the bank. Yeah, I think you kind of got to, don't you, in this situation? Don't you? I don't know who you go to.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be. I know you got the flex, but I don't think you want to be copying a 0 for the next 2 weeks. So you probably have to trade him.
Yeah, I don't understand what that comment is. How many? Just cause. How many trades would you go down to sideways Bolton to Darcy? If I'm going down to 3.
I just saw the comment. You don't know what it means. It's a song, but yeah. Going on to this question, I'd sideways Bolton to Darcy in a heartbeat.
Geordie L says, had Dubois, fancy man, your man Joshy, and Butler rotating through F6, but now I have no cover. Should I trade Whitfield to McRae/JH?
Don't trade Whitfield.
No.
It's 1 week, and trust me, as someone that hasn't owned him all year, you do not want to not have that man.
Absolutely not. Benji Wilson says, get rid of TDK with 4 trades left. Thinking DCAM and maybe even send it and go Cherry to Goulden leaves me with 2. No, I don't think you can go off it with 1 inclusion. If it's going to be a consistent thing, then yes, but no.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No. Gerbs, shout out to you, mate. Ayo, a fellow Matt Smith enjoyer. Let's go. Who is Matt Smith?
I mean, you've probably seen him in many other movies. He's quite a famous actor, but he's the doctor that I just said is my favourite one.
What, does he bulk bill, or like what's the go here?
Oh my god.
Oh, no,
Don't
mate.
worry.
Tristy C says old school doctor for the winter. What is this? Who would you trade with to inflex? Anyone under 601k? Errol Goulden.
Hugh McCluggage.
Yeah, good shout. Jackie B says, I was closest to 1k last round, but had a shock with 7 primos out. Went down 800 spots, but I'm trying to keep first in the league for that minimum 200. Jeez, big
Can
baller.
you not keep first in that league? Thank you. He's pretty much secured the first spot. In this league, I think there's a little bit of breakdown of the winner, the runners up, and first in the league. And I mean, at the moment, to give you a bit of a go, I'm third. I'm equal second on 44 points, and he's on 52. And I think there's like 4 rounds to go in head to head. So he's got $200 already. Good on him.
Yeah, understandable. That's all right. Alan Joseph says, thoughts on training in Archer May? Joshy, that was a yes, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's held his spot. Langford injured again, so that was the only worry. Yeah, he's going to hold his spot now.
Dr. Mandalik says, Butler is forcing me to play 22 on field. I somehow can't get Zach Johnson on field despite DPP shenanigans. Oh, I don't know if Butler has actually the injury icon, but normally if you hit optimize, it works some magic that way. But just be careful, because then you need to reset your team if it doesn't work, because then it'll be all up there. Like, it'll be terrible. So optimize sometimes works in your favour. Elliot Styles says, Erasmus and Huswaite to what forward? We're thinking Chad or Nick Martin. Nick Martin for me.
Yeah, Nick Martin, hard bet.
Ben Rickard says, Deconing and Flex, 3 trades left. Trade or hold?
Hold it.
Hewitt and Roberts to Toro and Naz leaves 3 trades left. Yes, send it, Tristy. Absolutely.
Yep, I agree.
And we're going to finish on with a question of absolute box office royalty. Scoops, who's your favourite Jedi? Well, mate, it's got to be Qui-Gon Jinn, doesn't it? I mean, that man knew things that other Jedis didn't. Oh my God, we're getting more questions. I could go on a spiel about Qui-Gon for hours and hours, but we won't. We'll get to the last 2. Thank you, Jerbs. Finally, some sense is being talked. Jackie B says, wishing I took my advice and went May over Sam Butler a couple of weeks ago. Not blaming anyone, but a certain bold man told me he won't keep his spot. Yeah. No, mate, it's all like conspiracy theory. You're clearly ahead of him. He just wants to see your downfall. 100%.
Well, clearly not, because I'm stuck with that spud at F7 right now. So, yeah, at the time, I'm pretty sure it was before Archer May had his 2-goal game against Freo. So, that's where I'm going to stick up for myself here. And Langford coming in, do you really think many teams play 4 key forwards? Because with Caddy, Wright, and Langford, just didn't think he was going to keep his spot. So, sorry, Jackie boy, but you're not going to need him anyway. He's on your bench, so you won't need him anyway, Jackie boy.
I think you should forfeit your entry to the Cash League. That's my vote. 100% delete team.
Oh,
that's
shut
terrible.
up,
That's bad by you. Bad by you. Dalek in response says, already tried it, still no luck. Whitfield concussion is affecting me more than I thought it would. And Jerbs, don't you ever try and compare Star Trek to Star Wars. Come on, grow up, mate. You're more sensible than that.
Yeah.
Joshy, we are done. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. We've got 5 minutes until the Bond show starts. Will you be VCing him?
Yeah.
That's a yes?
Yeah.
Perfect, mate. Where can the listeners find you?
On XJG232_. And again, Rage Trade Monday with your good looking self.
We will be there. We will 100% be there. And I'm just keen for it. Absolutely keen for it. Oh, and you want to know the bad news?
What's that?
We still don't have an outro video.
Yeah, for anyone that's picked that up, we used to have the same intro video as our outro, but it's not happening anymore. So you're just going to see us just awkwardly sit there till it goes off. So enjoy that.
Honestly, we could play some outro video. Oh, no, we can't. You know when that whole butcher shenanigan went down? That's all we've got here. Can't even say that word live. Right, thank you so much, mate. Anyone that wants to converse, abuse, or talk absolute rabble with me, you can find me at Scobie__ on X. Joshy, once again, thank you very much for joining me, and I'm so sorry that Kenny Hinkley dropped you to the twos. Thank you once again. Enjoy the evening, and hopefully Bont makes this starting game of Supercoach for the weekend so much better than last week's, because that was just crap. So thank you once again, and we'll see you here next week for Rage Trade Mondays.